So what can Stoicism, this philosophy from ancient Greece and ancient Rome, possibly have of relevance to our lives today? Well, it's an immensely practical and applicable philosophy, especially in times of great change. Now, the military have used Stoic ideas for many years to train their troops. And more recently, the startup community in Silicon Valley has been applying Stoic principles to help them in moments of great change. Now, it's not about dressing up in togas and wearing sandals. No, it's about applying these techniques. And there's so many great things in Stoicism that can be used to help us in our daily lives. But here I'm going to talk about 3 main reasons why Stoicism is of interest to us today. Firstly, it's an incredibly practical philosophy. Now, in today's age, we live a far healthier life and with far more possessions than any previous generation in the history of mankind. Why is it then that people are no happier than maybe 50 years ago, or 100 or 2,000 years ago even? Well, it's because we feel less connected than ever before. Family structures seem to be falling apart. Religion seems, at least in the West, not to have the importance it previously had. People are feeling isolated. And for this reason, some people look towards the Eastern philosophies for help. Things like mindfulness and meditation have become very popular recently. But Stoicism has these techniques and more. And it's a philosophy, not a religion. Anyone can use these techniques to live a structured, a more simple, and a happier life. Secondly, it's a philosophy for hard times. Now, the very first Stoic was a guy called Zeno of Citium. He was a very rich merchant, and one day he was travelling to Athens in Greece with a cargo full of expensive goods, when tragedy struck. The ship was sunk in a violent storm, and he managed to get to Athens penniless, but at least alive. There he saw these people walking around the streets of Athens, and he asked who they were, and found out they were philosophers. And he actually ended up starting his own school, the Stoic School of Philosophy. Stoicism became very important and popular in Rome at a time when the Roman Empire was suffering wars on all of its borders, economic crisis, and a viral pandemic. Sound familiar? But the Romans at the time were at their height of happiness and strength in the empire, mainly due to the fact they had Stoic philosophy as a bedrock to support the way they lived their daily lives. Stoicism is perfect in difficult times to help us lead happy and fulfilling lives. Thirdly, it's a philosophy for leadership. In difficult times, people require more of their leaders. They require them to be courageous and brave enough to take decisions. They require them to listen to them, to be heard and see them as people. And finally, they require them to be humble enough to admit their mistakes and continue nonetheless. All of these things are at the very heart of Stoic philosophy, where virtue is the prime reason that Stoics live. And in fact, a Stoic leader can help her or his team become more productive, to feel safe, to do what needs to be done, and to be focused to get things done, regardless of external events. This is why Stoicism is so applicable to great leadership. And that's why I invite you to join me and hear my keynote speech, Stoic Leadership.